Okay, so as supporting partner, we're going to talk about how do we utilize the KCX so that we can make money from trading the gold. So that hopefully this information will assist you to trade. Okay, to trade with the KCX indicator. Okay, let's go. Okay, so for the KCX indicator, right, as you can see on the screen right now, this is KCX, stands for KEL Cyclical Xtreme. So basically, right, how do we utilize this is very simple. All right. When you see blue bars going down and hit the minus 300 value, it will create a green part. And when that happens, that means that the market at the moment now is kind of oversold. Okay, oversold. So something similar like RSI, but it doesn't mean that you can buy instantly. What you need to do is you need to wait. So once you see blue turns to green, right, that means that you just look up and spot, do you see any CCRY? Right, means that once you see blue bars extending to come green, all right, you just need to locate and see whether the chart got turned from red to yellow. If the chart don't turn to yellow, that means that the market hasn't really, it's not a sign for you to buy into the market yet. Okay, it's still a bit early. So no need to jump the gun to buy. All right, it's just as simply like, you know, like you're driving, okay, then there's a left turn. Your car is here right now, you're driving. So you want to turn left. So you put your signal to turn left, but you don't turn immediately, right? You just put the signal there first, and then you slowly go to the left side before turning in. So this KCX whole objective is the same. You actually give you a signal for you to prepare to enter the market, right, slowly, yeah? So let's look at gold itself. Now, the KCX signal appeared very early in early part of February, right? So by right, it means it's a bit oversold, right? But you notice that there was no CCRY coming up, no CCRY, red to yellow, you don't see it. So that means that you cannot buy. So now from this very point here, that means from here itself, right, you already being notified that the market is near extremity, but you cannot buy yet. So as the day prolonged, you notice that the market keep on going down, no CCRY available, and there are multiple KCX. The question is, you may ask, which KCX is accurate? There's no accurate KCX. As long as you see green color, that means on that day itself, they're looking out for any CCRY. So as the day prolonged, right, you notice that now that the last KCX over here is blinking. So why it's blinking? Because this is the last KCX that is been seen before today. That means this was the last KCX the last one that's available in the chart versus today. So if you look at the chart right now, if you bring it up, that means that it's here, right? So this particular candle by right is the last bar that has a KCX. So which means that you are, from the very first day, you're looking at it right now, the last few days, every day, you're just waiting for the turning point. But you're still waiting, you're still waiting, you're still waiting. Until here, the KCX, the last one, is there, right? Okay. So what happened? 2 days later, the market really have a CCRY. And after that, the gold really went up. Can you see that? The gold really went up. Now you notice that, how come here got no KCX, right? Yeah, because the last KCX belongs to this guy. Now today, I ask you back because I got something additional to share with you, which is going to be very interesting. Watch. Okay, so if this guy was the last KCX, I mean the last one that blinks, can you see that? I want you to look at the closing price of the bar that the last KCX belongs to. So it's this guy, right? Okay, right? So I'm gonna put put a line there to make it clear. Okay, hold on. Can I make it a bit clearer for all? Okay, so this is the one. So the last KCX belonged to this guy, right? Can you see on the screen? Yeah. Okay. So I make it bigger right now. This is additional. Excuse me. This is additional information. Additional. So stay tuned. Yeah. Okay. So now this is the last KCX last bar at KCX. I want you to go and find the closing price of this guy. Now the closing price of this guy on the bottom right, you can see the numbers over here. The number shows as 1816. Can you see that? Can you see 1816, the closing price? Okay. So now I want you to take a line and put down there 1816. Okay, don't need to be exact, just roughly that is fine. You press OK. Now, can you see something very interesting right now? Can you see that? Yes, the market did went up from the first CCRY, but interestingly, after that, right, there are no more KCX on the right side. But if you draw the line on the closing price of the candle that has the last KCX, it interestingly creates a special support level there. Can you see that now? This is something that I have observed when I was doing backtesting, and that's the reason why I want to share this with you. So later on, right, we'll do a bit of backtesting, and you will see why am I pretty concerned on this. And of course, if let's say in the coming future, whereby KCX is available for other market, right, you can technically use the same concept and find all these interesting points. Okay? All right, all clear? If all clear is all right, press number 1 right now. If you're all clear, how many of you today? There are 22 of you. Okay, if all clear, press 1. Okay, thank you very much, guys. Okay, got the idea? So the thing is this, all right, seemingly that if the market stays above that line that we just draw, and if there's a CCRY, right, you will notice that the market really went up as usual. And since there is no blue bar, what does it mean? No blue bar means it is very bullish. Very bullish. Though combined with the KSI, KSI is a big boys indicator. So KSI and KCX combined, this is very bullish. Can you see right now? Very, very bullish. So that explains to you why gold recently is so strong. Okay, why gold is so strong. Now, if you actually look at it, right, a lot of people come under here, they will start to short gold because they think that gold is going to come down because RSI is at high or the stochastic is actually high, turning down, blah, blah, blah. But if those people who shorted, then the last few days, they'll get hit very badly by the market. Okay, so when the KCX and KSI are the same place, whereby is MT plus KSI green is very bullish. So obviously, if you understand that now, if you see this, if you see KSI and KCX at the extreme is very bearish. Okay, so can you get it now? Pretty clear, right? Pretty simple, right? Okay. Okay. All right. So with that understanding now, okay, I'm going to take away all these lines. I want you to let's do a bit of back testing, and we just take a look here as well. All right. So you can see back then in November, we can see very clear that if the KCX is empty, all right, that is how bullish it was. And of course, when the KSI and KCX are together, which green and blank, you can see that's the power of the bullishness. Okay, so same thing again, right here until here, right here until here. Can see now? So you notice that the area that have KCX that is blank, but the KSI is red, you notice that the momentum itself, right, is not as easy as you can see. But when the KSI and the KCX are together, the buying momentum is very strong. Okay? So this is a very, very important lesson that you guys must take note, because that will help you a lot later on if you are doing the goal challenge. All right. Okay. So let's try the same thingy that you guys learned just some moments ago, okay, regarding how to draw the two lines, right? So just do a back test. Take a look, everybody. This is the KCX recently in October. All right. And the last time the KCX was blinking was here. Can you see that? Okay. So now what you need to do is this, just to for back test sake, you just put a line at the KC on the day itself. Okay, so what you need to do is to find the closing price. Remember, closing price. So the closing price on this day was 1627. Look at the bottom right corner. It's 1627. Can you see that? Yeah. Okay. So very simple. Just do yourself a favor. Type 1627 and press OK. Can you see now what happened again? Interesting. All right. So if you actually follow the script that I share with you, then you know that KSI and the KR of KCX were both green and blank. So that's the reason why the gold price shoot up. Pretty simple? Pretty clear, right? Okay. All right. Let's try it one more time and take a look at what you can do. One more time. So I purposely now go to the far long time ago, just for the sake of trying it out. Okay. So let's try this right now. Choose this one here, it's clearer. Okay. So this is the KCX, the last time. This is the bar. So the closing price again. The closing price is 1683. 1683, right? Correct? So guys, to take note, this particular line that you are checking, right, that means every day, if there's a KCX new one, you have to move it every single day. But you do not move as it's blinking. You only move it after the day is over. That means that only when you can see on your screen, there's a blinking KCX, right? Right? All right, then that means that day itself, the one that you're using, the one that's blinking. But of course, the market is still moving, right? The closing price is still not finished yet. You understand my point? So it has to be based on the last one, yeah? Okay. So let me just paraphrase myself. As you can see, if it's today is at the KCX, by right, it'll be blinking, correct? But because it's still blinking, you thought you were supposed to use it. But the problem is that this bar is still moving. So you won't know the closing price, correct? So you have to use the one before that. Okay? Now we're talking about instances whereby you are already here, example, and the last one that was blinking was this guy, blinking because now it's actually you're off from the last blink bar, right? Then you will use this one that I'm saying now, the blinking one. Okay? All right. So let's just go back again and take a look at this number now, 1683. Yeah. So never use the one that's blinking. Never use the bar that haven't closed yet. Okay, that means simple as that. Okay. All right. 1683 is the level. So I'll put it for you now. 1683. Yeah, watch out, guys. This is gonna be crazy though. Okay, you put it clearly. Can you get the number? Okay. So what do you think will happen? Take a look. Amazing, right? It's crazy, guys. It's really, really crazy. That's the reason why am I holding back a lot of this because I'm just going to backtest and backtest and backtest. I find that the effectiveness is almost incredible because you notice that almost every other time, the market itself, right, after it goes up, if it pulls back, right, you will notice that it actually really come back to this area. Oh shit, the color's back. You come back to this area, and then after that, it actually rebound. So if you know how to capture this rebound rate, right, then you would be able to catch the low end of it and then expand it. And of course, if the trade, as you can see on a screen, if it's still KSI red, you notice that the market is kind of still pretty soft. But because the KCX here is actually turned bullish already, right? So buying is okay, but you won't expect immediate like, oh, shoot up. But when you combine it together, when you see KSI green and KCX blank, then you see the rapid fire. So that is the big difference that we have right now.